Hey y'all, it's your girl Courtney Marie and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is beginner friendly. I'm going to be showing y'all how I achieved this flawless face base makeup and also what brushes I use. Let's get into the video. So I'm using my Fenty Skin Lip Oil. Now I'm placing my bonnet on because we're about to get into skin prep, one of the key steps to having a flawless face of makeup. So first step in my skin prep routine is toner. So after I cleanse my face, I'm going in with my Fenty Skin Fat Water Toner. This is basically to restore the pH balance, neutralize it, and also get rid of anything that I missed throughout the cleansing process. Next step is essence. I'm using a lightweight essence. It's called the Cosrx Snail Mucin, and this basically hydrates the F out of my skin. So next is going to be serums. This pink serum that I'm using is the Ordinary Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. It basically soothes your skin and also restores your skin barrier. I'm also using the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This serum basically is an everyday product that I use. It plumps my skin so nice and also removes the dryness and adds hydration, which I desperately need. The next serum I'm using is my Glow Recipe Dew Drops, which has niacinamide in it, and it basically gives me that glow that I need and evens my skin tone. Listen what my man say.
The stuff that make your face clear like that.
My face clear?
You can really see the reflection off of it.
Period. The next serum I'm using is my Sunday Riley Vitamin C Brightening Serum. I feel like everybody should have some vitamin C in their skin routine. If you want some skin brightening and even skin tone, it will do it for you. And after serums is eye creams. I'm using the Ordinary Caffeine Eye Solution. It's basically supposed to get rid of the dark circles and the eye puffiness. So to lock everything in, we're going in with moisturizer. This is actually my first time using the Ordinary moisturizer. It feels nice. I heard good things about it. And it is water-based, not oil-based, so it's good for both dry and oily skin types. So moving on to step 2, primer. Primer is definitely important. You need something for that makeup to stick to, and you need that makeup to last all day. This first primer that I'm using is the Laura Mercier Blurring Canvas Primer. This is a pore primer. I want my makeup to be smooth and flawless. I want my pores to be invisible. This is the purpose of this primer. The second primer that I'm using is the Milk Hydrogrip Primer. This primer is to hydrate but also to grip my makeup. And a good dupe for this primer will be the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And now step 3. Let's finally get into this makeup. So first things first is foundation. I know y'all be seeing this brush in the stores, and on the packet it says foundation brush. I use this brush to apply my foundation onto my face. I do not use it to blend out my foundation, and y'all will see why. So if y'all will take a close look at my chin, what do y'all see? Y'all see brush marks. Oh, and I'm using NARS foundation, by the way, which is a little lighter than my body, but we're going to make it work. So to blend out your foundation, you want to use a brush with density. This brush right here do not have any density whatsoever. It is more on the fluffy side. You want to use a brush with density, whether it's a brush from Real Techniques, or SHEIN. So the brush that I'm going to be using is the Real Techniques 200 Expert Face Brush Dupe. I got this brush from SHEIN for maybe $1. I don't know. I will definitely put the item number in the description box, but I definitely use this brush. I use it on my clients and it works very, very well for me. So getting into blending out your foundation, as you can see, I am not swiping. I am dabbing that foundation into my skin. If you swipe your foundation with a brush, you may have brush marks on your face. As you can see, those brush marks are gone. My makeup is fully absorbed into my skin and it looks flawless. And you can also use a beauty blender to blend out your foundation. However, I'm using a brush because I want a full coverage look. When you use a beauty blender, the beauty blender will most likely absorb some of your product, so you won't have that full coverage look. You will have a more sheer skin type, natural kind of look. However, I'm using a brush because I want a full coverage look today. And also with blending out my foundation, I try to focus more so on the outer perimeter of my face. I try to avoid putting any foundation directly underneath my eyes because I don't want my makeup to look too cakey. So I apply one layer of foundation and then I move on to contour. For contour, I'm using the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Espresso. When contouring my cheekbone area, I do not go all the way down where my nose meets or where my lips are. I stop where the outer corner of my eye is. I also contour my forehead and also my jawline area. So you may see this brush in the store. It's the e.l.f. contouring brush. I would not use this brush to blend out contour. I would definitely use it to apply contour onto your face. So if you have like a cream contour that's not a stick, it will be a good brush to have. So to blend out my contour, I'm just using these brushes that I got from SHEIN. They have a good density to them and they blend very, very well. For my beginners, contour basically creates that illusion that you have a sculpted face. So when blending out contour, if you apply contour to your forehead area, you want to blend away from your face. So you want to blend that contour away from your face into your hairline. And same for your jawline area. If you place contour on your jawline area like me, because I want a sharp jawline, then you want to blend away from your face. So for blending your contour out on your cheekbone area, you want to blend upwards. Do not blend down because your contour will end up wide and you will lose the height of your cheekbones. So you want to blend upwards. Contouring is pretty much all about creating shadows and light to alter the shape of your face. You can use a cream contour or even a powder contour. So next, I apply my concealers. I use a lighter concealer in the inner corner of my eyes and a more darker concealer on the outer corner. Concealers are usually 1 or 2 shades lighter than your regular foundation shade. I'm using the Hourglass and I'm also using the Cosrx concealer. This Hourglass concealer is in the shade Maple and I'm just placing this on the outer corner of my eyes, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin. And then I'm taking the lighter shade, which is the Cosrx concealer in the shade 6.2 Neutral. So I'm going to let that concealer sit a bit. Now I'm applying my liquid blush from Juvia's Place. It's in the shade Barbie Rose. This is optional. A lot of girls don't use liquid blush, but it's become a thing now. You can always use powdered blush. I wasn't a blush girly, but now I am. But I am just applying this right in the middle of that contour and concealer, making a little sandwich, and I am blending it out with my beauty blender. With Juvia's Place, you do not need much. They are very, very pigmented, so I just applied 2 dots and I am blending it out. Now to blend out my concealer, I'm using the SHEIN brush. It is the Real Technique setting brush dupe. And like I said, I will place all of the item ID numbers in my description box. However, I am using a light hand and I am blending out this concealer. So I start off on the edges, buff out the edges, and then I move more so underneath my eyes. And you can also use a beauty blender as well to blend out your concealer. Like I said, with using a brush, it just gives you that more full coverage look. This brush I also got from SHEIN as well, and I'm just using that to get really underneath my eyes. And then for the video's sake, I decided to blend the other side of my face with my beauty blender. Can y'all see a difference? Probably not on camera, but I can definitely see a difference. And I also want to say blending is another key to a flawless face. Blending takes time. If you have no patience or always in a rush, your makeup may not turn out that good. I'm just saying, because blending takes time. You have to know how to blend, and you have to blend your makeup well. Next step is setting powder. So after you apply your concealer, you have to set it. I just recently started using a pressed powder and then a loose powder. Usually I just go in with a loose powder to set my face, but I started using a pressed powder first. So this is the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte pressed powder. It's also a blotting powder, and I am just pressing it into my skin. Wherever I put that concealer, I am pressing it into it. For loose powder, I'm using the One Size translucent powder, and I'm also pressing this into my skin as well. Look at her. Look at her mama, man. Look at her. To add warmth back into my face, I'm using my Mocha Mami bronzer from Fenty Beauty. And for bronzer, the brush don't have to be as dense. It can be a little on the fluffier side. But I'm basically going to apply this bronzer wherever I apply my contour. I'm apply it right on top of that cream contour to set that contour, but also to add that warmth back into my face. After bronzer, I go in with the face powder. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Powder Foundation in the shade 460. And the brush that I'm using is the Real Techniques buffing brush. e.l.f. also has a good blending brush that can be used for this step as well. So when I apply my face powder, basically I want a flawless face. I want to get rid of any harsh lines. I want to get rid of any excess powder. I want to make my makeup look flawless and look as one. And to make sure that makeup stays on all day, we're going to set our face. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. Tryna keep it tight for my nigga, girl. I like your last nigga. All I need is mental. You know I'll work you out, get you right with your physical. Okay, so I had to try my girl out. This is the Girly Pop blush from One Size. Finally got my hands on it. It took a minute. If you know, you know. One Size blush, the Girly Pop blush. So I went to Sephora like a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, I see this on the floor. I put it in my little basket and get to the register. I got shamed. They was like, we can't sell this to you. It's not supposed to be out on the floor. We'll put it on hold and we'll call you to come by it when we can sell it. I said, okay, cool. So they called me yesterday and it was like, you come get it. We can sell it to you now. Went up to the register today and the worker was like, you're gonna love this blush. I wore it on Valentine's Day. It is so pretty. In my head, I'm thinking, how you get it on Valentine's Day? Like, how? I mean, I couldn't get it on Valentine's Day. But this blush, I give a 10 out of 10. It is very pigmented, which I love, and it shows up very nice on my skin tone. And now moving on to lips. For lip liner, I'm using the Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Espresso. And now I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Breadwinner, and I'm just going to apply it on the outer perimeter of my lips. And now for the center of my lips, I'm taking the shade Over the Top. It's from MAC. It's their liquid lipstick. And then I'm going to apply my Too Faced Lip Injection lip gloss on top, and it's in the shade Soulmate.
Look pretty.
Thank you. Yeah. And my man. Thank you to my man. Anyways, let me stop playing. I apply these individual lashes that I got from CVS. If y'all want to see how I apply them, go to my TikTok. I apply this One Size setting spray and period. Like, let's get into this final look. Look at that flawless base. Look at those lashes. Look at those lips. Thank y'all for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next one.
I would like to get to know